you really like this. I've got some good footage. I'll move this shadow away first. But yeah, I've got some good footage. Obviously it looks better than this because it's very dark right now, so I'm going to turn the light on. Bear with. But yeah, these lights up here, really good for getting clips. Yes, they're recorded some. I will be, when I come off the break today, guys, that's when I'll be uploading and editing some footage. Oh. But yeah, I want it to look most as aesthetically pleasing as possible. And that's saying it does look quite nice, because if you look at the background, you know, you've got the ramp, manual pad, mini kicker, and obviously the ball in the back, the actual skateboard in the background with the graphic on it, which I think just looks really good. But yeah, we'll be uploading to start today, as I said from yesterday. Well, I said yesterday I'll be doing more. I just haven't recorded all of the footage yet, but I'm going to start posting 2 times a day. And obviously when it comes around to summer again, I'll be able to post more skating footage. I'm like, I'd probably do, I don't know if people want to do tutorial videos, because I apparently learn quite fast, so. Will you please stop? You've been naughty. No, you wag your tail, you're not coming in. Sorry, dog's been really naughty. Like really, really naughty at the moment. You're bear with. I literally can't bear wearing a dressing gown. To try and work, it's really annoying to do anything. Draw things, walls. I'm sorry to everyone, I'm feeling really tired, so I'm not the most chatty. So where I'm on the yap, don't know where I'll be able to yap to, because I am so. Do you know when you're not tired, but you are tired, I mean you're not tired to sleep, you could just sit there in silence, just stare at a wall, that sort of tired, that's what I'm at. So it's just like, I don't know, 2 seconds, I'll find the jumper quick. Damn it. To be fair, it's a bit early still to be fingerboarding, but this is the issue. Skating or fingerboarding, they're both quite loud. I'm going to tell you. So I have my own company. I make fingerboards and skateboards. Well, I'm in the process. I've made 7 boards. I'm in the process of making more at the moment. Bear with. I'm actually a skateboarder too. I just had a lot of injuries growing up. I'm 25 now, but by the time I was 16, I had septic disc in my spine, tore my ACLs, my MCLs, compound fracture, with a bone came out my arm. This is the easiest one to show people, to be honest. This here, the bones. Yeah, I didn't even notice it. That's how much adrenaline I had. I noticed afterwards, but not straight away. No, it's just weird, isn't it? I have a very high pain tolerance anyway. But I wanted to be a pro skater, but as you get older, you start to realise the sort of limitations of your body. And I know I'm only 25, but at the same time, 25 to 35 is the prime for athletic stuff. So I've still got 10 years, granted, cool, but I mean, where I've already done, that's for people who haven't damaged themselves as much as I have. I still have a bit of workability, and I still do kick flips, heel flips, yeah, but no, like, I wouldn't do, like, I don't know, varial heel to a blunt side anymore. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't even attempt it. Like, and it's not even like I'm sad, because I know I'm happy with what I have done with my skating in the past, so I really need a jumper, it's so cold. I'm just happy with what I have done in the past, and now I can obviously sponsor other people. And a lot of people in life, I guess, I've never met anybody like skaters. Now, people can prove me wrong, but a lot of people in any industry really do not like to see people do better than they did. They're like, nah, you're not doing better than me. Where, if you look at anybody from Rodney Mullen, Tony Hawk, anybody, when like a 9-year-old lands a 900, right, and it took him years to land a 900, he was like, no, do you know what, massive respects that. But if that was any other sport, I feel like they'd be like, yeah, fair play to them, because cool, like, you would see a bitterness in them. Where me, I mean, skating is like for individuality, right? You don't skate necessarily for a competition, you skate for you because you enjoy skating. I think that's the difference. You don't just run around. You might like football, you might have any kick around, but it's more, I'm not saying it's not good. So, you know, it's good to have a sport, But you don't really have people fighting over skateboarding. Like, you don't have somebody going, oh, no, that was a kickflip. No, it wasn't. Ah, it was a switch flip. And then, like, I don't know, people start beating each other at their board. It just wouldn't happen. It is such a... The only time someone's angry when you're a skateboarder is when they're battling out a trick, maybe. And it's like they've been battling out for years and they just want to clean it up and they want to get it every time. I mean, you never get tricked every time. It's like 9 out of 10, 99 out of 100. You are going to not always land one. Because unfortunately, it's just the way it is, isn't it? You might pop wrong, or you might hit a pebble, or something, or you might... I've done it before where I've gone down to... I've been so tired from skating all day. I've gone down to, like, squat to come back up to pop the board, do anything. And I've put too much weight down on the tail and just fallen off the back. Not hard, just... And that's when you're like, okay, now I'm tired, I give it a rest. And that would then be classed as a fail. Like, skateboarding, I think what keeps you so humble about it is you always fail, right? You always, even like 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, you're still going to fall off. Like, you can't perfect that to a point where you're not going to land off. God bless you. See, on a... Wait, can you speak? So I can't, unfortunately. It's funny, my mum actually lived in Munich. Well, my family came from like Romania and South Africa, but my mum moved all the way through Europe and she lived in Munich when she was like 14 years old. But yeah, they're like, it's weird, so I do actually have German, like Dutch and Romanian ancestry, South African ancestry, everything but the UK. Oh, sorry Frank, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, 2 seconds. But yeah, so I just think, you know, in life sometimes you can't, it's not all about you. Do you know what I mean? Like, say if I'm to the sideline and I'm sponsoring skaters, I'm not going to be there talking. It's going to be them on camera. Like, yeah, do you know, I've sat my whole life to do this, I'm not going to be sitting there like, oh, I wish that was me. So, you know what, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of, like, you've got to be proud of your own individuality and, like, not compare yourself to other people in life. Only compare yourself to yourself. So, like, then yes, you know, having a better day, manage to do better work. Frankie, you're not going in the bedroom. You've been naughty. Speaking of, I ain't done nothing wrong at all. I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what you're implying. Oh, man. To be fair, dogs do not remember after a certain period of time that they've been punished. But it's not a case of like, oh, then she got punished. She's just not allowed in the bedroom really anyway. Because she's so stubborn. She's a dash hound. If that gives it any, like, it's my partner's dash hound. Well, it's our dash hound, but I said my partner's because a lot of people are like, you got a dash hound. I'm like, so what if I did? But no. My partner got a dash hound. Funny, when I was in my ex, she got a Chihuahua, and like literally I get with all the girls that end up getting dogs that are like, I don't care, I find it funny. It's just the knowing that sort of stigma's out there, like a guy walks out, he's gonna have like a big dog, and then, you know, if you see a guy walking out. But my point is, I'm not relying on a dash hound or a little dog. They're like the alarm to sound for me, right? Does that make sense? Like, do you know people like, I've got a burglar and it's like, oh, I've got an intruder, we don't want to come in here, I've got a Rottweiler and I've got this and I've got that, and I'm like, I've got a dash hound. Be aware of the sociopath, that's what my sign should say, me. The dog's just like a little squeaky alarm that might go off, might not go off, you know. She'll run to me for protection, bless her. But I do think that I don't know how I couldn't be. I know it's their job, but, you know, police dogs where they like send them in, I couldn't do that. I'd rather, I know you're not allowed, you've got rules, but I would be so worried that the dog would get hurt. I love animals, right, like that. So I'd be like, I'd rather go in myself. Do you know what I mean? Straight up, tactical. If you have, say if it was like a, oh shit, I don't know, a raid. You need to get in tactical, you'll see flashbangs and shit. Right, little life hack actually works. So if you've got something stained, you've got a clean jumper, but you just drop some food on it, or like in my case, probably not food, but toothpaste, right? Get it wet, that one spot part, clean it, and then use a hairdryer on it really fast, but like in that one spot. No need to like put it through the washing machine, tumble dry it, because the whole thing's clean. It's just like one little patch on it, you know what I mean? Well, you don't need to use a hairdryer, I guess you could leave it in the sun, but right now, there is none of that. Yeah, anyway, so I was going to say, so this month I'm working on skateboards. I'm going to be ordering. Also, I can't press the skateboards here, unfortunately. I'd love to press them here, but I don't have the space. You need a big ass press. But with fingerboards, they're easier to press, right? So, for anyone who doesn't see, well, it's new. I've made 700 fingerboards, 400 graphics. I've got beanies, tops. I've done jumpers. Where's the beanies? Oh yeah, they're up here. Got a 3D printer. So I want it to be like the skate bar of like any company, just like everything, but not about the money. It's about the skaters. I mean, I've got boards that are your standard price fingerboard. And people, when people don't know the price fingerboards, this may seem shocking at first. If you're a skater only, fingerboards can be like 100, 200 quid. I'm like, what? Like me personally as a skater, I'm personally paying that, right? So mine are around 20 for a blank, 35 form of a graphic. They are heat transferred, and then one like 42 or 45 for like a glow in the dark one. And the reason I can't go lower than that is because realistically, people understand that the time going into hand sanding these boards is kind of just unreal. It's crazy. Like you spend easily like 4 hours on it, but then I say I spend an hour drawing, pressing all of it down, and then sanding down for like 3-4 hours to just spray it up as well. Obviously, you can't do the time it's in a mold for all the time. You've got to let it dry after spraying, because that's a given. That has to happen. You can't charge, but that's like, would that be hours? It's like 24 hours on the clock both ways. As soon as you are physically doing any sort of manual work. I also do the packaging here, and I make wheels here as well. So my everything with it is like, I have at the moment mystery packs. Well, I always have mystery packs, but you can get that board that's worth 45 in a mystery pack, which are normally 20, but at 15 at the moment, because there's a 25% discount, spring discount, and it's available to anybody, but it's only can use it one time per account. But it automatically applies when you go to checkout. So if you add anything there and you go through and it tells you to check out, say minus, you know, you'll be able to go find it real easy. Because every time I give people a code, they're like, is it high case, is it low case? I'm like, it's written exactly how it is. And they're like, okay. And they're like, it's not working. I'm like, oh. And I found out automatically, it was a little bit more difficult, but it works. And it's because obviously different time zones, different payments. No, out now. No, you're not going in there either. You need to learn. You're like, clearly don't understand what punishment is. Right, go lay down for a minute, because you think this is a jolly. And it's rather annoying. It's funny, I've always said this to my father. I'll be a really good strict parent. I wouldn't give in. And I know that sounds really bad, but you need to be strict. I mean, look at the kids you have walking all over parents these days. It's unreal. I wouldn't be a nasty parent, but you know, I know how to say no to people. It's brilliant. So people don't have to say no because they feel bad, they feel guilty. Don't do that to yourself. Sometimes just say no. Sometimes you've got to think about yourself in life. You can still be a really nice person. I do giveaways all the time and stuff like that, but you don't have to like give your all, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, 100%. I do actually have a sanding belt. Yeah, I'm not saying this is how much they are all the time, but I mean, I didn't really explain it, sorry, I've just woken up like about half an hour ago to an hour ago. At the moment, I'm hand sanding them, and I hand sand down right at the end. If you use a belt sander, I'll go find it. 2 seconds, it's out here. And this is a mini one I've got, it's perfect. But, if I use this right here, if I use this belt sander too far in, you can actually literally lose a millimetre. That's what people understand, like, because you work in millimetres. It's like, oh, it's easy, just sand it right down to the thingy. But like, you don't want to do that in case you nick it or say, you know what I mean? Because if it does and it takes off that, you want to literally work the last 2 millimetres regardless if you've got electric belt or not. So this is a mini one. I've also got a lathe for the wheels. I love these little mini like ones. I've got full ones, but like they're just really nice and convenient. They fit. So I've got the direct film printer and like the ID laminator is quite a lot. So but anyway, sorry, I'm trying to think what I'm about to say. So yeah, I'm not trying to say that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say I'm oh, I spend like it's like 4 hours and probably total on the board, like 3 hours sanding down and spraying it. When I say spray and sanding, because obviously I've got to sit there for like an hour as well. You can't charge for the time it's in the mould, and you can't charge for the time it's drying. Like I said before, so I feel like other companies seem to do that because they're like, oh yeah, it's £100. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. My completes come with bushing upgrades, wheels, trucks, wax, grip tape, a nail file, and the board, all for like, I think it's £50, which is the same price as some, and you can either have it individually packaged or all put together. And I offer both options, and that's like the whole joy for other companies of doing completes. It's less packaging for them. Boom, they just send it off to you, so it's cheaper and everything put together. Packaging is probably one of the most, you've heard it, I'm sure people have heard it, but packaging can be one of the most expensive parts, and it kind of can be. Like if I was to compare the cost of, like, yeah, time put into a board, it's a lot of love and care that goes into a board, regardless if you weren't going to put a lot of love and time into it, they do take a while to make still. As I said, you've got to draw the graphic, design it in mind of like where the bolt holes are going to be. You can't just, willy-nilly draw anything. Put the board in the mold, take it out, sand it down, but you've got to, like, I'm not even joking, because people are like, oh, it's got to be easy. This is, when I first started making the boards, the shape of the boards is completely different. Same mold, same wood. So when I started off with, which is this one, that's them now. People was like, oh, it come out the same, be the same. Do you know what I mean? The concave is, I think, I've got half a millimetre to a millimetre, but it's medium, 20 kicks, sandwich kicks. But yeah, so that's what the same mould, same wood. It does not look like it, but that's because I left that in the mould for 4 hours. Now, wood glue expands when you let it dry and cure. And if it's not pressed, it's going to cure and lose its shape. So then I tried putting it in the mould for a little bit longer. This is what I got to. Still looks pretty much like probably a tech deck does now, right? Those wooden tech decks. Still doesn't have these wheel arches. That takes 24 hours in the mould at a minimum, because wood expand, like, you can read any glue, and I think people read this part and go 20 minutes and ready to be sanded and painted. But if you read right down at the bottom, it says, but glue will fully cure after 24 hours, especially when it's airtight in something. You know what I mean? It's not just pieces of wood pushed together. Like, this is layers and layers of soaking wet wood in a mould, right? It's kind of wood, it's wet in it really, so it's got to dry as well. That takes long to cure, otherwise you end up with just, and I can put, like, when I drop these, what's the difference, ready? You can hear the difference. Like, some sounds dull, and it's because the layers have pushed apart when they've dried. And I've seen other boards that are like this. People are like, oh, my board broke. I've done a video reviewing my board and going, like, smacking it down on here. There's marks all down it, and I'm not going to keep doing it because it's too noisy. It's like 7. It's just turned 8 o'clock, and I know my neighbour will get pissed off. It's just not fair. Obviously, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, but you can go and watch the video. Do you know what I mean? I've done it many times where I'm whacking the board down on the side, the same board over and over again. I've done one on a live on my last platform, but I actually had to write the date on it and my signature is like a certain way, just so I could show people every day it was the same board. Had the same crack. I had a crack that starts forming the side after like 4 days. I didn't smack it all day every day, but I went for a good few minutes every day on it, which I think is crazy. So I mean, you're not doing that deliberate force to it. So if you're just fingerboarding, your board shouldn't break. You should be able to have these and be like, oh, this is what happened when I was a kid. Or this is what, not necessarily a kid. I don't help to the stigma there of like fingerboarding's for kids. It's not. And I'll tell you why. It's bloody difficult. Skateboarding has got fear behind it. Do you know what I mean? When you're trying to unlock a trick, mainly it's muscle memory and fear. It's repetitive, but you're worried that you're gonna like sack yourself, credit card city, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna end up doing the splits. Or, you know what I mean? You end up just gonna primo or land just weird, mess yourself up, break your leg. And it takes a while to get used to that, right? But with fingerboarding, what is the excuse really? It's difficult. I give it to anybody. I didn't know until 2 years ago that you didn't just hold the board or like pop like that. I actually thought you would, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Foaming up. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know exactly what I'm on about, bro. Sorry, bro. It's the real deal. It's the real deal. Yeah, you know as well with sound as well, when sound's got like a crisp sound to it. And because it's obviously thin, but they are very durable. I mean, this is way more durable than any other thicker board I've made. And the layers, I don't know if people can see it. I'm going to flip the camera down so I can be a little bit better when I do this. It's struggling to pick it up, but yeah. Really nice quality. So I can see my medical broccoli all over the table. That's also another point. Medical broccoli makes you lazy, does it? Does it? It actually stops me having seizures and makes my brain work better. But hey, each their own. I'm not condoning it. I just, when you've got a platform to speak, like, I'm in the UK and so many people are like, it's not a prescription. What you want about? I'm like, bro, it's been legal since 2018. No, medicinally, I'm not just, hey, go to your local guy and just do whatever. I'm not saying that. I was going to say for sure it's so annoying, and it wouldn't be. You're a fan, yeah, bro. I agree with you guys. It has to be. People do not have the patience to do 24 hours in the mold always. So I respect that, because you really do have to leave it for the full time. There's no like all if buts and stuff like that, because I've done it before. I've gone to put the bolt holes in it. I've taken the board out the mold. Let me try and find one that's actually the shape. That's actually been taken out the mold, but I did end up. Here we go. Alright, so this is solid now, and I mean this is cured for even longer than 24 hours. But I mean, obviously, been in the mold for say. But some of them to the point where you tap on them and it sounds hollow, and that's purely because there's an air pocket in it. You haven't spread the glue enough. There's so many aspects to it. Then when I finally done like the boards, and I was like, got them like this. Oh wait, wrong one. This. I was like, great. I was like, shit. I'm good at art. I can make boards. How am I getting the graphics on the boards? I did not process that part, and since then I've refused to let myself kind of jump ahead like that, because it was jumping the gun a little bit. I was so excited because I was like, yeah, I've got this, I know what I'm doing. And then finally, after a while, I managed to get a graphic. That's one of my first graphics I've done. But that's very shiny there. But yeah, that's anti-wear graphics. I've got real wear and anti-wear graphic. About this way. Yeah, see, I don't have the 3D model. I have like metal one, and I have a 3D printer, which, let me show you guys here. It's a big 3D printer. I mean, it's a big one, right? I've made a new type of wheel. Literally it goes in dark. Well, it doesn't have to, but they are light urethane. They screech, but they're more durable and weather resistant. Because as a skateboarder, the one thing I've noticed growing up my whole life skating is this. It's how it starts to seem like it's kind of breaking down, like it's eroding. Now I'm pretty sure. Wait, are all the decks plastic? No, all mine are wood, but I don't have one plastic deck. Because just like me, if I see not a penny board, it's still a type of cruising skateboarder in it, like the longer ones. It's like seeing a toy car and a real car. So a fingerboard's made of wood. It's a professional model in the sense of it is. You could say the specs are just miniaturized version of a skateboard. You do your finger with the tech deck. It's made the same thing ish, but that doesn't have the like urethane wheels and bearings or the good quality like oak maple, not oak, sorry, maple, because I use Canadian maple. And as someone who skated my whole life, I say my whole life since I was 5, because I mean I grew up. I'm 25, so I grew up in a time period where I'm not saying I was doing kickflips at 5. It's just me like kickflip, burial heel. But I was doing kickflips by like 14, 13 for sure. And I feel like, I don't know if it's like the older generation, it's like there's people coming back and doing it younger now, but it's feel like they're being forced to it because of the Olympics and sports. Where back then it was a case of it was a more anti-culture. And my brother's done it, and there was not much to do in the early 2000s other than go out, climb trees and stuff like that. People go, oh, you have consoles, but like back then they were my family were junkies and they were very expensive to have, like extremely expensive. If you just wanted a PlayStation 2 back then, is like you're looking at like what, 200, 300 quid, and in that time period that is a lot of money. Like you do it, like they're now like £200-300 now, and people are like, oh, that's so much money. So imagine back then when you're earning less, it's a lot of money. So people always say something like that. I'm actually like, technically it hasn't got any worse. Really, the console quality, like phones have got expensive, yeah, shit, but like the consoles haven't. I think they've kind of stayed. Are they glazed or something? Oh, what do you mean, the boards? Yeah, man, they have I was born in 02, pure tech. It is, man. Like, that's when my partner was born. I'm 01, like February or so. I'm literally just at the beginning, like, I like 2001 there. It feels like, 2000 would have been cool because it's like the turn of the century, but still, 2001's alright. I can't believe how quick time is going there, man. That's why I'm like, when people say you're young, don't listen to that. You are young, but still, at the same time, I feel like that makes you just not get on with anything, because I'm young, I'm fine, I've got time, I can play console for a bit, you know. I've got forever. No, wrong. You haven't. It goes so quick, and I'm not to like make people depressed at all. It's a good thing. It's actually like, I think aging's a good thing. You know, learning to be humble or do whatever you want to do in life, learning mistakes, going along the way. I just think it's something so amazing about it. But yeah, completely different times. And I didn't know about tech decks. I know about tech decks to say. I just didn't know about fingerboarding, as in one, it was a community. I didn't know that. I mean, obviously it's going to be a community, but I didn't process it like that. And I did not know you could do flip tricks on a fingerboard. As soon as I found out, I'm not sitting there thinking my hand's like a little skateboarder, because to me, that is making it, and this is my opinion, okay? That is just, to me, making it a bit too childish for myself. I'm like boringly mature sometimes. So to me, it's like, it's probably good that I play with like what people say, play with toys, because I'm like, mate, otherwise I would be that boring grandpa. So I gotta check the dog in, that blanket down for. You know what I mean? I just wanna. And skating's fun. And skating generally, when I skate, because I have BPD and PTSD and have a lot of mental health conditions, when I skate, it takes me out, it puts me in my element, and it takes me away from any stress that I'm dealing with. And that's so vital sometimes. If I'm about to explode or I'm about to lose. And I want people to understand, like, people who are new to my life don't understand, like, I worry about rage bits or anything like that. People can't affect me. And I really mean that. I can't wait for more people to experience that and hopefully learn from it. Just don't ignore them either, like proper respond to it, but give them like, because for me it gives me something to talk about. Someone's trying to start shit, well, I'm out of a business, and then hopefully that person will be like, also learn from not just judging a book by its cover. It's like, it's two lessons learned at once. It's brilliant. Frankie, I will get you some later on, okay? Just chill out, man. Stressing out now. For me, tiptoeing around. Like, lay on this. Okay, lay down on this. And be quiet. Here you go. Right. So I mean, I've got to give her something to nail because she's a little princess, really. She's like, she's a baby. She'll just stop whining and clawing at the door. But anyway, shit, what was I saying? My brain's not working great today. Nope, we're gone. Oh well. I was going to say, man, that tech decks have been around for a long time. I didn't know it was like, so you say the 90s, I knew it was over that age, I'm pretty sure it was the 90s, as you said, because there were like these competitions, I've seen old videos of it, and I was like, wait, what? How have I not known about fingerboarding to this level? I knew about tech decks, but I thought it was just like, I thought that was I was like, okay, obviously I'm not going to do that now, am I? I'm a skateboarder, I need precision, well, there's nothing precise about skateboarding, it's a little bit like hip. I mean, it's like, I feel like skateboarding shouldn't be a real thing. It seems impossible in some cases, you know what I mean? Realistically, it's riding a board to then flip it into a specific way to land on top of the board, but flip it underneath you, but jump, and then to land it, pinch it into a crook and grind it, and then manage to flip out and land back on the board. People see how incredible that is. I mean, people would struggle to do that running along without falling over, let alone standing on the board with wheels and stuff. I mean, it's almost defying gravity sometimes. Oh, that song's going from there now. Defying gravity, that one, right? That should be a skate song, because that's what it feels like. It feels like you're just going to take off, go to the moon. Anyway, but yeah, since the 90s, bro. Not as popular. Obviously, they fade in and out. Skating's supposed to be around, so what? I want to say like 50s, 60s, like pavement surfing, as you call it. But definitely, I have no idea. That's what I mean. Even you, like, bro, is it like 09? And it's like, no, flip that around. It's like 90s. It's like, it's honestly crazy. And I didn't know that either until last year. I mean, I knew that fingerboarding existed, but I didn't for a long time. As I said, I'm on the same page of like not realizing all the cool things you could do with it. And I can't believe it's such a niche thing, because put it this way. Say if someone really wanted to skate growing up, but their parents wouldn't let them, or they were like, it's too dangerous, you're going to injure yourself, or you injure yourself and you still wanted to skate, but you didn't, like, how is fingerboarding not more popular for that reason? Like, people want to do flip tricks, but they can't skate, so people just don't do it. But I'm like, bro, there you go, you've got a fingerboard. Like, it's funny because I tell people I skate and they're like, so right, you fingerboard then. You do you, bro, you got a business. But if I was like, I don't skate, they'd be like, get a life. it's honestly funny. I feel like that is what I'm trying to break down. It's that negativity and the skate. And it's not just other people, it's skaters too, man. To be honest with you, because there's a lot of people who are really chill, don't give a shit, just enjoy your life, do you, and at the end of the day, and I think that's the most important part. But there are so many people who, you know, say that sort of thing. Don't want other people to feel put off by it. Because at the end of the day, ignore them. They are like projecting some negativity in themselves. They've got nothing good for them going. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. And like, why would you be on my live spewing negativity? You know, you can't bring someone down. So that's why it's called pulling somebody down, and then stooping. Damn, it's not stooping. What is it? To their level, going down someone's level. You know what I mean? I've had a banana ball, which is funny. Wait, are you good enough? Whatever. Yeah, I have. I don't even know if I'm good enough, Heaven. I'm like not the one to judge that really. I just go about my life. Truthfully, say because I am religious, I do believe a lot of people just go, no, I'm perfect. Like, not me, other people. I'm like, bro, but you're not though, are you? No one's perfect. And I think so many people saying they're perfect just means like, well, you ain't going to heaven. Because I mean, realistically, you've got to see your issues. I've been arrested, I've been angry, I've got anger issues. I'm on the straight and narrow now. I'm sober, I don't drink, I'm clear in mind, I work really hard, and I put things before me. You know what I mean? Like where it used to be very different growing up. And I know that takes maturity too. But yeah, it's difficult for some people. Obviously, some people never. But I think life experiences have changed me enough for me to mature quicker and realise, like, oh shit, you know, it's not a way to live your life for sure. I go live any time, to be honest with you, Ray. It's like every day typically, but like apart from my partners. Wait, let's get what was that? See, I don't know that, to be honest with you. That's fair, bro. It's a good way of putting it. Like, I mean, regardless of what we want to believe, like, regardless, my point is, I don't do anything to try and get into a better place, because that is self-absorbed, in my opinion. You're right. You only do good on this life because it's all we know, it's all we got, and doing good feels right. So that's what I do. If it so happens I get there and it's like, right, you've done good, my son, I'm like, oh, great, you know, that's brilliant. I didn't, because he knows in your heart if you're doing it for you or you're doing it for other people. And for me, anything I've ever tried to do in life never worked out for me. I'm being serious. I tried to escape my pain with substances. Obviously, that's not going to work, but I tried to do it for me because I wanted to escape. Where then realizing getting sober also for the people around me, even if they were not present in my life always, it benefited me, which is a weird thing. You sit there and think, well, no, because I know people go, oh, but that's stupidity. Like substances make things worse. But do we ask why? Because realistically, they shouldn't. In a way, like they release dopamine, they make you feel better. But then if you don't have them and you stay sober for a while, your brain just starts to feel spiritually connected more. And I believe me, I mean, don't have alcohol, don't have anything. Seriously, just let your body connect naturally to. It's like distractions, isn't it? Really. I'm not saying you know we shouldn't have things. Like I have medical broccoli, and I have it like 3-4 times a day. But at the same time, I don't have anything else. I'm still connected in my mind, and other people. I'm kind of just sick of like other people and how they are with religion and using it for their gain, right? It's not what it's about, bro. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. It's honestly stupid. Not you. I'm not saying that. The reason like, in my head I can't push because I mean I'll end up. I've realised I tried like talk to my partner about it. She is religious, but sometimes it was still just really good ideas because I'm this sort of person who's like we shouldn't drink. It really does say like yeah you could drink, but Jesus didn't have the same level of wine. It's like 14% for a bottle now, where it used to be like 0.1% for a whole bottle. Like you know, it was barely didn't it? It was much like drinking Ribena, right? That's what it was like. Ribena with a little like warm you up maybe a little bit. That's it. And then people are like using that as a reason why you should just go in absolute because it also says you should stay sober. It doesn't say that, you know you shouldn't. There's just so many things about it really. But as I said, the main thing that made me spiritually wake up was realizing when I do stuff for other people in life, life typically rewards you not in the way like oh yeah I get these cars or anything like that, but just with peace. Like a bit of peace in the mind. Like I've ended up having some guilty conscience. If you're doing everything for you, the only way I can describe it is this red man, like the red pill men or whatever, or like the, you know, the red pill and the blue pill, but the red pill and like like male supremacy and all. It's stupid, bro. Because I'm like, you're sitting there and I'm like, it's just almost emotional immaturity, not maturity. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of obvious. But anyway, on with the day, bro. I am rusty as anything. The thing is, it's annoying because I've got when I come off for my break and I go walk the dog, I will post a clip that I've got from yesterday, and I've got some really clean clips in, and I had these on as well. Because I thought, you know what, these look like just little street lights, in a way, over it. Like if I bring it in, you can see a little kicker. Sorry, that little kicker. This actually has skate addiction written on it. But I'm like, great, it's pushed up again, saying you can't see it. Oh well. But yeah, honestly, as I say, really, it's been a difficult push with the business. I'll be honest with you guys, because especially in this time period, like, it's crazy. It's honestly crazy. And I'm like, the next move, and I'd love to know in the chat, Frankie, please, I've given you a blanket. I'd love to know in the chat if people are interested in skateboards or not. Because I mean, realistically, I like need to hold off at the moment because it is getting very expensive. And bro, you can't ask me my opinion on Palestine, but I honestly don't have to give my opinion on Palestine. I'll be honest with you, I want everybody to be free, man. Everybody. Like, if you don't like somebody, don't go near them. Simples, right? Like, it really, that is my stance. My stance is everybody has a right to not hurt each other and be nice. But the moment one person starts hurting the other person, that person loses my respect. And then you hurt on the back, like, just get out of my plane of view. I'm not interested. I'm not bothered. It's not my issue. I'm not starting an issue. I don't want an issue. And I know people don't, but I'm like, bro, issues cause issues. Drama causes drama. Peace and love causes peace and love. So my stance, whatever you want to call it, it's more stance, no, stance, my opinion, my take on it, is I think everybody has a right to live their life. And however that needs to be done, find a way. But, you know, everybody, unless somebody is seriously just trying to come in, like, everyone's shut back, bro, people are fighting in wars to go back to their family, to be at peace. So why are we fighting each other? Why don't we just go, bro, you want peace, I want peace? Isn't this a bit dumb? Can we really just like shake hands and let bygones be bygones, right? I don't know. I'm not, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's just like, I have no, I don't plan to describe it. My stance, yet again, is nothing other than if you can't sort it out, I don't want to hear about it. Because it's not, it quite lit, and people go, oh. And then there's people like, but I'll make it your issue. I'm like, but why? If I was to make my issue your issue, is that not just a dicky move for like no reason? Yeah. Like people always say, like, keep your issues to yourself, right? So, there's no words, man. I'm a person who say what I want about something. I'm an open-minded, free-willed person. But the good thing about that, it comes with, like, I don't actually have ill intent in my heart. I have more ill intent against people who have ill intent. So just be nice, and I'm sure, you know, if someone's nice and someone's nice back, cool. If someone isn't being nice when you're being nice, then they don't deserve your respect. That is the honest truth of it. Doesn't matter who they are, what they believe in. If somebody does not respect you, you don't have to respect them back. Simples. But if you can love your neighbour, your friend, the person across the street from you, whatever, love thy neighbour, whatever you want to call it, honestly, bro, that's what gets to me. And I'm like, I don't know how anyone else can't think like that. Is that not just a logical mindset? Is it not just a logical mindset? If you don't like that person, don't go near them. Right? It's like, yeah. Need I say anymore? And I'm sick because like, this is a point. Someone can ask your opinion and they don't like your opinion, which is kind of okay. I mean, I guess that's the world. But I feel like, how is an opinion any different from I want peace? How does that sound crazy? How does that sound mad? I want peace. I don't want to see kids being bombed. I don't want to see governments dropping bombs. I don't want to see that. Nobody does. Nobody wants it. Right? I feel like you protect what you've got in your zone, your space. Someone tries to mess with that, you're allowed to defend that, but you don't just. I don't know, man. It becomes very difficult, and geopolitically and just politically, really, just on all levels. Oh, there's no answers. I'm not long for this world anyway. To be honest with you, it's just a shit show, isn't it? Really, I think we can all agree it's a bit of a shit show. Hopefully things start to get better, but oh well. That's it. Any more question? Oh, guys, honestly. No, I'm gonna go away for like 10 minutes. I'm gonna lock in and then I'm gonna come back because I just think having a proper warm up is probably gonna help the case. Because I am rusty at anything today. So I can bear with. Oh, and that's another good point I'll bring to that one. Is I will not accept brainwashing from the left or the right. So when people ask me what is my stance on this or that, it's very unbiased because I make sure I control my opinion. Now granted, I'm not so deluded to think I control my own opinion on everything, because realistically we're controlled to a degree that we just all won't understand. Years and years of propaganda and years of things like that. But I try to have a clear mind and say around it and watch very non-biased news on stuff. Not even just news. Just seeing people like after the attack in Australia, there was a rabbi and who was I just can't even remember. They were hugging and they're like, peace and brotherhood, this is what we need. And that's from two what people would say is opposing religions and beliefs, and they hugged out. And I think that was really magical to see. That's more. We need more moments like that, because like why not? Because it's like yeah, someone may be fighting for things we believe in, but at the same time, do we really want to go this far? Can we be bothered with it? Really? Do we just want? We have one life to live. Let's just go enjoy it. Let's just that's what it's about. Yes, for some people it's not, but still. There it is, guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort something out over here quickly. Bear with. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna go have this, then I'm gonna lock in, fingerboard in for like half an hour, then I'll come back and I should have it again. But while I'm having this, I'll try and edit a video and upload it, but I'm not sure I'll be able to do it in time because I recorded for like an hour yesterday, so there's a lot of editing to go through. But I don't know what people realistically want as like a realistic time frame for a video. It's not too long. But anyway, yeah. Sorry guys, I'm just thinking about. I'll probably be back on in about 10-15 minutes, maybe 20. Actually, we're gonna say 20 just because then that covers my house. Like normally, I'll say 10 minutes and then it ends up being 15. I'll say 15, it ends up being 20. So let's just say 25. But actually secretly be aiming for 20 minutes, right? And it gives myself, I don't know, I need that time frame. It's weird how I work sometimes, my brain. I need to give myself extra time to do stuff. Because I know it's ADHD. A wonderful world of having ADHD. Not with sarcasm. I mean, it does make, I love it because it does technically make you not smarter, because it's not fair to say that because it's like you're smarter than other people. but you, in a way, I feel like you can analytically sometimes see things slightly different, or you can really just hyper fixate on something more than anyone else can. Like an uncomfortable amount to put other people be like, you generally like freak them out a little bit, or like be like, you're one of those people that don't. How do you not like you won't eat, you won't sleep. You know, you can literally just go and go and go, and obviously there'll be a point where you just actually pass out from exhaustion, but you wake up and go back to it. Oh yeah, I'm totally delusional, bro. I'm delulu. So it's really funny when a delusional person makes a successful business in it. I don't know, it's just really funny because it's like, how are they so delusional yet so successful? It's odd. I'm joking, I'm not successful. It is growing faster, guys, I can't thank you all enough. I mean, we've gone from 250 3 weeks ago, well, nearly 4 weeks now, but still to about 1.07k. And I'm not, I mean, crazy growth. And I know it is for this platform because people are going to take ages to get to that point. So I'm like, I honestly can't thank you all enough. I know a lot of people came over from my other platform, which grows kind of just ridiculously fast. I feel like people only follow on here if they actually, you know, they're like, you know what, yeah, I believe, I agree with what he's saying, or he has a board that he likes, or they like the videos too. Maybe it takes a few videos to see if you think, but I feel like people on other platforms just follow and then, you know, for like no reason. They never come back and watch your stuff again. So what's the point? But people do on here. It's great. People actually like are interested in that particular content, which I'm like, it makes sense if you like and subscribe, I suppose. But to be fair, you know where some people will get about, like, have way more followers than they have viewers. I'm not at that point yet. We're actually doing to a point where we're on a par, which is great. It should be like that realistically, because it can reflect how good the content is and stuff like that. But I refuse to sell out, guys. Like I said, I'm going to run this company until I'm not here anymore. And then right from the grave. No, I'm joking, but obviously I poured my all into this, and I was like, as now seeing all other companies in pretty much all industries get swallowed up by corporate greed, I refuse to let that happen to my business. I refuse. Like, someone could offer me millions, I'm not going to take it. And I know people like think that's bullshit. Watch me. When I say I do, like, I've been homeless and stuff like that. I've survived attacks in London from stuff. I can't say what, I don't want to be like triggering on a live or offensive. But my point is, like, I am like, I've slipped disc in my spine, tore my ACLs, had a compound fracture. I said I'd walk and skate again. I had a compound fracture where the bone come out my arm. Yeah, and you know, I still now do use my arm for many things. You know, and I have opinion. Like, if I say I do something, I do it. That's just my mindset. And if I say, you know, we miss out to do this or that, then you flipping best believe I'm doing so. Like I said, I'm not selling out. I wasn't gonna sell out anyway. I nearly worked with another company, but I realised how much they just wanted me to fail as another business, seeing me as a risk. So I was like, you know what, cool. I'm not working with anybody. I'll sponsor people. I will design graphics for other people under my name, my ownership. But no, I'm having full control over this business and forever. That's it. Well, forever, you know, until I'm gone. Because at the end, as I said, I've seen people trying to really buy into it. I've had people from agency and they refuse to sell out. It's the worst thing you can do, man. It's like selling your soul. Because the business is not the business you love and you craft, you create. Maybe you didn't love a business. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. I'm considered an entrepreneur because I like make loads of things. I was going, but I'm like, I love skateboarding. I want to keep with this business. I'm not just going to start business. And my business is like my baby. So I'm not going to sell it for nothing. I will not refuse to. Even if it was only making me just enough to get by for the rest of my life, that's fine. So I was like, I will offer you like 5 million, 2 million, 100. But I refuse, because if I say then yes, I said I won't. So it's like, I'd have to distract myself, as I'd be eating at myself for a while. Like I said I won't, I'll just have to go, no, I'm going to go and skate. This is why I've done it originally. This is what I'm doing. I put headphones in, I ignore the person waving the money in my face, because I'm selling your soul. In a way, not obviously directly selling your soul, but like you've given your all to that business. Like, no amount of money is worth the hours you put in, right, for just one payment off and be done. That's gone. Your work, your hard work's gone. Maybe when you're old and you're retiring and you know it's going into good hands and someone else is, you know, maybe you've seen has care for the business too, and you ain't going to be here to see it really anyway. And
It's just to make like, but now in 25, and honestly, my business be running to the ground by someone else. You know what I mean? That would actually be heartbreaking. So you just have to have full control over it, unfortunately. But it works well. Also, guys, you can see here too. No, it's nice lives like this. There's lives that come on when there's like 40 people, and I'm like, bro, it's just actually wild. I mean, when I come back on in like 10, 20 minutes, it might jump up again. It does a lot, it goes down, but I really like these chiller lives. I think they're quite, you know, I don't need it being pushed out to a bigger demographic. I can only make a certain amount of boards anyway. Obviously, people can watch content far enough, but then I have so many people going, oh, let's get a board, let's get a board. And I have people asking me for free boards when I have customers who pay for boards. Like, I understand if I'm doing sponsorship or I'm being nice or doing a giveaway, but the rest of the time, bro, I can't just give everyone free boards every day. That's just not how this shit works. I'm a fully registered business. That's skateboards and fingerboards, beanies and tops. Wax, wheels. You know, I fully want to work on full, at some point as well, like have full-size ramp setups as well, you can get delivered and stuff. Because you don't just stop, like, you know what I mean? I've reached my goal. This is the difference, I people understand. People say don't always set yourself goals. Don't. You know, because otherwise you never reach it. You know, you'll just set another goal and another goal and another goal. So set a main goal, be done with it. And then maybe like little add-ons, little like, oh yeah, that'd be nice maybe one day. And keep that driven determination you had right from the beginning, starting a business, and insert into that and then watch it like just implode. It's like the first thing is like, it's like the first pancake, isn't it really? And if it's already done so well, like this is my first business I've ever started. But in the year I already made 30 customers, some in the US, some through Europe. And that's glowing adult fingerboards, wheels, trucks, wax, grip tape, skateboards coming out with beanies, all this stuff. And from statistics, that's really good. And the growth of the platform. So one thing you can take from it, sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith. Please don't just start, I mean, by all means, do what you want to do at the end of the day, but please don't just start making boards because I've started making boards with people. Because someone done that on my other platform, and they were like kind of getting close to my graphics. I had a word with them, I was like, look, bro, I appreciate you're inspired by what I'm doing, but you can't just copy my graphics, graphic for graphic each time. And he was like, I don't know what you want about. I said, look, I'm not stupid. I can see what you're doing. And I said, look, at the end of the day, if you want inspiration, I'm happy. I'm a nice person. I'm happy to help you. Don't try and, you know. He was like, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. He was like, okay, what do I need to do next? I've got the boards ready. And I was like, okay, so have you got them UKCA tested? But this guy spent hundreds of pounds making boards up to this point. Realised you have to get things tested to sell it in the UK, and was like, wait, what? And was like, oh, I'm not doing that. I said, really? Okay, cool. Like, I'm not gonna argue. If you really don't want to do it, I mean, it's less competition for me. That's the truth of it. And two, why waste all your money if you're gonna go that far into? Don't waste any more if you're not committed to it, right? I'm thinking about the poor guy's bank account as well, bro. Like, it's so expensive to make these after with the wood and the moulds and the glues and I know it seems like not a lot, but it builds up. You don't get the nice things, you don't get anything for yourself. You've just got to build into business. And then UKCA testing can cost thousands, and yeah, you just wasn't able to pay that, sadly. But these are the things you should know first before doing business. Like, you should know, because I mean, if you go into it and it's like, well, great, now you need, like, people when they say you need a lot of money to start a business, they are correct. Luckily, I had investments, and I also say that to people: if you show a strong business, like you showed a strong head, like for passion, for business, running a business, or you know, really just go for like what are they called? So I went for someone called Strive. Now they normally cost money, but I got funded to do it because I guess the amount of determination I was showing towards wanting to have my own business. So sometimes in life, they always say you've got to know the people, and you don't. You just have to get in contact with the right people and show the right sort of determination. But what's worked out for me is I made some of the coolest blended art boards, and I didn't set out to make fingerboards. I set out to do skateboard graphics and be a graphic designer, not necessarily just for my own company, but just for anybody, just so I can then maybe get a bit of income so I could fully start my own. And then, but I'm transparent. I said that right from the get-go. So like I was trying to say to other companies, like, yeah, listen at me. Try and be hiding there in the background and then pop out like, yeah, I've got my own boards now. Like, I've always been, like, said it, like I was a skater, and every single skater out injuries I've shown, they've gone like, damn, I've never known anyone with as bad injuries as that. And I was like, that's another reason why I want a skate company. Because I feel like when you've got someone who's been through so many injuries from skating, you almost have this sort of like retirement sort of, in a way. It's seen in the community. It's like, yeah, bro, you just relax up, you just rest up, because you kind of went crazy already with your skating. The same how I can describe, like the bone came out my arm, bro. People hadn't seen anything like a bone sticking out of my arm, and I got up to do a kickflip and a heel flip. People were like, bro, you good? Your arm. And I had so much adrenaline. I mean, I said the scar is still quite prominent there, but yeah. And I mean, I've never, like, not even, like, I'm not even dissing this. I love Tony Hawk. I love all these skaters. I mean, realistically, I should have had elbow pads on. But the point is, like, I've never met a skater that's injured themselves like I have. And that doesn't, you could say, well, that means you're a bad skater, bro. Like, you need to learn to skate better. But I had seizures, unrelated from skating. It was trauma. So that's why I was probably falling off the board sometimes. And that's like how bone came out. Because there's no way. I learned how to fall. And then I'd come to, and then, like, I'd be achy, and I'd try, you know, whole body would be really aching. And then, like, I'd have injuries, like I said, like broken bones or bones poking out. And I never, so no people I'd ever skate with, or even I've spoken to, have ever seen injuries like it from skating. And I'm not sure how they look at me. So that's why I felt like I can't step away from skating. I was so big into it at one point. I was like, do you know what I mean? If I'd have kept pushing, for a fact, I know I'd have been made into like some sort of like UK skate magazine. For a fact, I was in a game. I was living around London. I was going to skate competitions all the time. The funny thing is, if there's any footage from old skate competitions, it'd be so funny to see if I was still at them. Because there was one in 2014 at South Banks in London, and I done a blunt side. No, I went into a blunt side, and I done a. What did I do? I swear I done a front side or back side flip back in from a blunt side. So essentially, you know, I flipped out in. Brian, I have to get the board. I'm up on a blunt side, but imagine this is a half pipe. It's just easier to show people. And then you literally front side flip back in, but it's kind of like a pivot turn on the thingy. I mean, I used to be able to do lasers, variables. If you watch my front side shove it, you'll see why. Because like my front side shove it's are like hip height. And when you're at hip height one, there's enough space to get variable heels and lasers in, trust me. So that's what I worked on super hard. But no one had ever seen injuries like I had from skating. So that's why I was like, I've got to come back to the skating scene in a way. But then, you know, make skateboards again. Cool skateboards, affordable skateboards, and an affordable skate company. And then make fingerboarding more popular in the skate community as well. Because I tell you what, as a skater, and someone who can't skate like I want to anymore, but still, I still skate, don't get me wrong, just nothing like I used to. Like, it's weird, like, people watch me and be like, bro, how can you sometimes do like a varial heel, like a kick, a heel flip? Sometimes, like, not a nollie. Okay, I guess a nollie can be difficult for some people. Terrible examples. Parts of my brain are locked in sometimes. I do like a nose manual all the way down my estate. That's a long, you know what I mean? It's easily a good, bro, it's like, what, 10 houses a row, 10 houses, and then a row. It goes on for ages. I mean, easily, like, to walk to the other end of my estate take you a good, like, walking from now, probably a good, like, 4 or 5 minutes. So, yeah, it's a decent nose manual. When people watch my nose manuals, you'll see how good. But, like, no, it's weird, because you'll see me do tricks that are, like, and quite well for someone who's like, well, you're not a poser, but you're not somebody who seems to be doing other tricks very well too. It's like part of my brain's activating when I do some skating, but not all of it. So sometimes I go and do a heel flip, and then I kick flip and it's like really clean, and sometimes I'm like rusty as anything. And I know that's just like the injuries and stuff like that I've sustained, but you just got to keep pushing yourself. Really, that's the. Hello, sorry. Hello, bro. Yeah, so I skate. Well, I make skateboards now. I still skateboard, but I don't skateboard for people's. I never skate for people's like entertainment, but I did want to be a pro skater. But man, that did not end well for me. Seizures, brain damage, injuries. So now here I am, graphic designer, make my own skateboards, fingerboards, wax, grip tapes, well, everything you can think of really that I'm going to keep bringing. I've got beanies, tops, jumpers. I just want to make the skate community in the UK and the skate scene, because I'm sorry, there are so many skate companies in the UK, but what's going on with the skate scene in the UK? It's like non-existent, bro. There are people skating, they're like skate jams and meetups, but it feels way less impactful. There's like nothing that's really like hitting that level, especially like international. And like the only skateboards I really know when I've been to the US, I've been to Australia and stuff like that, and skate that a lot of my mates had when we were over there. I was like heroin skateboards. That's it. There wasn't really. I don't think any other deck company really that made it out of the UK as big as they did. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about. I mean, I love about owning my own IP and not having any shares or customer shares. I own everything. It's like I could literally just get up, move to Canada, move here with a business visa. I mean, that's a lot of money, but granted, business visa, and then start making fingerboards there. Like, I have the skill. That's what I'm saying. It's good to learn skill. No, I said it like that. But yeah, it's good to have that skill set. I mean, and own something, make something, establish something. Trust me, it's like what. I mean, it's what everybody's done in history. It's not about being known in history, but it's about definitely making a difference, maybe. Right. And also another thing I want to curb. It's like I can program, I can do something like that. So I wanted to ever get into making game design. I wanted to make a skateboard game. I'm not going to do that now. Like skate or sessions, I wanted to do that growing up a little bit as well, because after my injuries. But I was like, you know what, I'm not going to. That's just a lot of effort. I need a big team, and you know the chances of this being. It's not about like if there was something better I could play, then I most likely probably want to play that. But when you got a fingerboard or something like that, I was like skateboard. That to me was achievable because I'm good at art. But also I'm good at carpentry and stonemasonry I've done before, and I was like, you know what, why don't I just actually make skateboards? Because I loved skating my whole life, and nothing makes me happier than to be able to sit there and get wood and a design and put them together and have a cohesive, like, you know, and then voila, you finish off with a board. It feels surreal. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if people can see my skateboard. No, it's too dark right now. But this board that I done here, when I first finished that one off, it felt so surreal to be holding a board that I had made. And to me, that was on my own level of like skating. I felt so good. I was like, good now. I was like, I can help other people be inspired to go skate and enjoy their life and stuff like that. Because truthfully, like, I do feel like the whole thing with the internets and phones is when we're constantly on them, we actually end up losing our ability to produce our own levels of dopamine naturally. Or any sense of achievement. So like that's why I said fingerboarding's amazing. Skateboarding, but I mean some people can't skate because they're scared, right? Granted, it's not unfair point to make. Skating is kind of scary for people. I mean even for me sometimes I'm like I'm a street skater. I'm a bit of transition sometimes. And obviously after having a slip disc in my spine, compound fracture, it does not sound like a bone come out the arm, but like I was showing people before, quick, let's do it again. I know people never believe this one, but it's the worst injury any skater has ever seen. Another skater house. So this one here where the bones came out my arm, I had to pin it together. But anyway, my main point is, oh shit. With that, I feel like a lot of people would be discouraged. I don't know if it wasn't skateboarding, people would be discouraged. But I was like, you know what? I have this skill in drawing. I always used to admire the graph, because as an artist, I always used to get my like really be picky with my skateboard. And I know it didn't matter about like as long as these days it's the equivalent of someone getting a pick or rick board. As long as you got a board that didn't make you look like a poser, as people would say, like air quotations down added by the way. It's just stupid in my opinion. Just enjoy skating. If you enjoy skating, you enjoy skating, right? Just to have a good time. But so there I'm trying to pick out a board, gel board, Santa Cruz, enjoy like for going for all these different graphics. And to me it meant people have to pick a board, and like to me graphics meant. And I realise that now, boys, like, as an artist who has my own skateboard company and makes skateboards and fingerboards, I'm like, of course the graphic makes sense. Like, but to some people don't give a shit, but I feel like at least if the graphic's cool, in the sense of, cool, that sounds so old now. People go, no one says cool today. I mean, it just hits, you know what I mean? You'd have it on the wall and be like, yeah, I'm proud of that. Like that one there. When I first done that board, or the, which board did I do? I think it was the first one I done was, I think, the chicken with the bomb. I'm pretty sure it was the chicken with the bomb. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go have a cigarette. I'll be back, and then have a little warm up, and then yeah. But anyway, I appreciate all the support this morning.